Okay, welcome back to part 3 of the wheel rim. And when we left off, we had our outer hub or outer rim. We had the central hub that we drafted, and then we had our connector now that we're going to add for the spoke between them. And the way we're going to do that is we're going to extrude it. So we're going to select Shift E. And this is a little different here. Instead of new, we're actually going to add it because we want to combine these into one part. And the way we're going to do that is going to select Add a New Solid. We do want it blind because if you recall, we drew our main sketch, which is in the center here, and then from there we did a symmetrical extrusion. For this one, we're actually going to blind or extrude it in one way toward us. So keep it as blind, and then I can select my faces. And you want to make sure that you select both the original angle that came out so that we can connect these parts. We're going to keep it at 25 millimeters, and instead of our merge scope is part 1, well, yours is probably part 2 as well. Instead of part 1, I'm going to add the wheel rim so it merges them into one singular part. Once I've done that, I can go ahead and accept it. And from here, they want you to go ahead and add a draft, which will angle the sides of the spoke. In the quick access toolbar, I'm going to select draft. My neutral plane will be the front of the spoke, and the entities that I want to draft are the two sides. And I'm using holding down the right mouse button to rotate my object around, and the draft angle will be 15 degrees for us. Go ahead and accept that when you have it. And now we have that spoke, but it's right here on the middle or main sketch. And we're going to now practice the mirror. We're going to mirror it to the other side. So when we go to mirror it, we want to find our mirror option. And this is important. I don't want to mirror the entire part as I hover. I want to just mirror a feature. So I want to select a feature, and what I want to mirror is I want to mirror this extrusion, and I want to mirror the draft. So I can hover over here and select the draft in the feature tree as well, and the extrusion, or hover over it. It's entirely up to you. The mirror plane will be this backside, and now I have that part completely symmetrical, or its part on the other side, and I can accept it. The next thing I want to do here is add a little fillet to really make these parts join together. And on the quick access toolbar, I'm going to select fillet, and the fillet they're going to have you do is 2 millimeters. And the part that I want to fillet these entity parts all on the sides. So I'm just connecting them together, and it's going to give me that little error message just to show you can do that. You can pick the parts in the feature tree, and like we said, many roads lead to Rome, and we're going to practice those different ways. Now that I have the fillet adjusted, I'm going to go ahead and accept it, and now this is one really nice connected part. And the final thing that I want to do here is I want to go ahead and add a feature pattern. I want to pattern this feature about this axis. So along the quick access toolbar, next to the mirror command, you have this pattern. It's probably linear as a default. So just make sure you hit the drop down arrow and select a circular pattern. And what I'm going to pattern is, again, I'm not going to pattern the part because I still only have my one part. Now, go ahead and rename this if it changed for you to wheel rim. We'll do that in a second. But I want to change this. I want to do a feature pattern. And the features that I'm going to pattern are this extrusion. I want to make sure I include the draft. I want to do the mirror and the fillet. All those things that I have been drawing here, I want to pattern those now about the axis. So after I have my features, I can select axis of rotation, and I'm going to select the circle that I drew originally, and it's going to automatically put my pattern in. Here it will default for instances to 4, and we just want to make sure that we have 5. After that, I'm going to hit accept, and now we have our wheel with our spokes patterned and let's rename this to wheel rim to make sure that we have it, and I will see you in the next video.